Hi, and welcome to Brett's Corner, where we cover everything small business. From how to start a business, to how to grow your business, to how to keep your books, and ultimately how to position and sell your business, and some things to think about after you've sold your business. If you're a small business owner, or you're thinking of being a small business owner, you're in the right place. My name is Brett Husselball, and I've been a small business owner for over half my career. I started my first small business in 1995. I quickly grew that one to over multi-millions in revenue, and I sold that to a Fortune 500 in 1998. I started my second small business in 2000. I grew that one more slowly to over $1 million in revenue, and I sold that to a multi-billion-dollar corporation in 2014. And now I'm retired. And what I like to do here at the Corner is to share the benefit of my experience with you. So, before we begin, a quick disclaimer. Number one, I'm not an attorney. I will share with you some of the experiences I've had regarding legal issues and what worked for me, but what worked for me may not work for you. If you have specific legal questions, consult an attorney. Number two, I'm not a CPA, nor am I a certified financial planner. But like every business owner, I know my financials, and we'll talk financials, and I'll share with you some of the things that you should know. But if you have specific financial questions or tax questions, consult a professional. Same goes with investment questions. Consult a professional. So, with that out of the way, let's get on to today's video. Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about the importance of staying focused. On a previous video, I've covered the customer experience. If you haven't seen that video, I'll welcome you to go watch it. But at the epicenter of the customer experience is quality delivery. Your ability to deliver what your customer wants, when they want it, the way they want it, every time, without mistake, without failure. Your ability to do that goes a long way to capturing and defending your market share. It's one of your primary focuses and success factors of being a small business owner is your ability to deliver quality. In order to deliver quality, you have to have repeatable processes. You have to make it so that somebody, just about anybody, can come in and do whatever it is that you do, how you do it, without failure, without making mistakes. So you may say to yourself, yeah, but my business doesn't really lend itself to repeatable processes. Everything we do is different. We build to the customer specifications. And I would say to you, you probably do have repeatable processes. Even though the outcome is different every time, the way you go about creating the outcome is probably the same. You probably engage the customer, you gather specifications, you list their requirements, you document all that, and you have ways of communicating that to everybody who's going to be involved in performing the delivery. If you do that, you probably do it the same every time, or you try to. That's your repeatable process. Everybody, in order to deliver without failure, without mistake, has to focus on creating some sort of repeatable processes. Now, to focus on building repeatable processes, you have to commit to building infrastructure. What do I mean by infrastructure? Well, first of all, document that process. Don't just leave it in people's heads. Get it written down. And once you've written it down, then commit to training people, formally training people on how to go about using that process so that they don't make mistakes. They know exactly what they're supposed to do and when they're supposed to do it. And then after you've done that, commit to automating that process as best you can. The more you can automate, the faster you can make the process and the fewer mistakes. People can get through the process because the automation will limit the number of mistakes they can make. To do that requires focus. You have to stay focused on what it is you do so you can continue to get better at doing it. I have seen, I have worked for, I have been in business with many people who struggle with that. They'll have a conversation with somebody, they'll get all energized about some new opportunity, and next thing you know, they're chasing it. And the whole company's chasing it with them. And it's way off the beaten path of whatever looked to be the core business of the company. Every time you do that, you're taking resources away from building the infrastructure of what you were doing, whatever it was yesterday. Now you're trying to do something else. You're trying to be something else. As a small business owner, and this is really hard for some people, as a small business owner, you have limited resources. You can't be spreading them so thin. You cannot and will not be able to be everything to everybody. So don't try. And there are a lot of large companies. The same goes for large companies. You can't be everything to everybody. So you have to choose what it is you are going to be and focus on it and stay focused on it. The more you find yourself chasing things that are off your beaten path, that are not your core business, the less time you'll spend building infrastructure and getting really good at what should be your core business. So how do you know what your core business is? How do you know what to be focused on? Well, to help you with that is your vision. What do you see in your mind? Where are you taking your company? How do you see your company in 5 years? That's your vision. If you haven't spent any time thinking about that, well, maybe you should. Because the more you can see and visualize where you're going, and you can see yourself in that future state, the more you can convince yourself that when you get to that future state, that you can create even more value in that future state, the more convinced you'll be that you need to get there. And the faster you'll want to get there, and the more convinced you'll be that in order to get there, you got to stay focused on what you're doing. If you stay focused, then you can build infrastructure. If you build infrastructure, then the better you'll get. The better you get, the better you'll be at delivering what your customer wants when they want it on a repeatable basis without making mistakes. And the fewer mistakes you make, the better you are at delivering, the more market share you'll capture. Word will get out. You'll get a good reputation. People will come to you. The reverse also happens. You make mistakes, you get disgruntled customers, they talk, go on social media, next thing you know, you're not getting the opportunities you were once getting, you struggle to capture and even maintain the market share you do have. So it all starts with your vision, ripples all the way through your focus, through your commitment to building infrastructure, eventually enabling your ability to deliver quality time and time again, and that'll translate into capturing, defending market share, and also into profitability. And here's another thing that'll help you with. Someday, and that day will come, when you need to exit your company, you want to exit your company will have more value to a prospective buyer if it runs without you. If you have built intrinsic value, value your company holds by itself. And much of that intrinsic value will be in the company's ability to deliver quality time and time again, to defend and hold market share and be profitable. So although it may sound simple and be common sense, it is critically important as a small business owner that you stay focused. If you like the content we're providing here, please follow us. And as always, if you have any questions, please direct those questions to info@brettscorner.com. I'll watch that email address and I'll respond to your emails. I won't respond to comments you leave on the video, so please use the email address if you have any questions or you want me to respond. And as always, thanks for watching.